Philippines just yet. So just by those matches and their data that we have collected already, it's going to be a tough match for Changeworld, regardless if or not they win coin tosses, regardless if or not they bring us into any sorts of maps that they think they can exploit Blacklist International Ultimate. If they take a single map away from Blacklist, I'm going to lose my mind, because that will show the quality that Changeworld brings into this regional qualifier.
Yeah, as we step into slums right now for Hardpoint, and going back to statistics right now for Blacklist International, this is a better map for them. So it might look that way, though we are seeing great improvement from Changeworld as well, and a great strides with the one game that they have. It's more of how they can play it against this team of Blacklist International Ultimate. So far, Tin has been doing well in terms of frags. Even Skirt is in there, can do a lot of damage. So that is one thing that they need to take down first, because if they can't take down the slayers of the game, they cannot control the spawns in this match. Yeah,
I mean, gunfights basic, you got to win them. And Blacklist International Ultimate, one of the best slayers out there on the battlefield. But you know, what gets me really curious is, how is Garena going to do against the rest of the world? Because in the past, we've seen the Philippines being one of the major competitors within Garena itself. But now Indonesia has risen up. The Garuda is alive, and it is out there for the pecking. It is out there for the slaying. It's going to pick you up, fly you up high in the air, and drop you like you're hot, because they've been dominating. So I really pity whoever who has to go up against them. If you thought Garena was strong in the past, with Indonesia finally waking up, I think this region is going to be super solid at the world stage later on. But the problem here is, it's not just Garena that has stepped up their gameplay, right? If you see the Japanese scene, the strategy, the way they set up all of those retakes, the hardpoint map mastery, it's just fantastic on a whole other level. If you look at the NAEU side, they've got slaying capability, their mechanical skills, the way where they don't just, focus on picking up those meta guns, but the way they kind of try to train their aim by picking some non-meta guns in the competition as well is really impressive, So I just cannot wait to get to that stage. But CW needs to find a way to really win out some of their gunfights here, or else it's going to be quite devastating, because I don't think it's going to be a 50-point club. It could even be the 20.
Yeah, well, I guess they are giving out a few of the scrap points. Might give Changeworld in there a few more points right there, but it's more of the rotation. And like what we mentioned earlier, it's going to be insane once we jump in onto that world stage, because of the points that you mentioned. Stats will be one thing, strats and mechanical skills will be another. So as you mentioned, it's like a mix of both once we jump into the worlds, and that is where the excitement is being brought in. What really makes the win? Is it just strats? Is it just mechanical skills, or a combination of both? Who can bring that on? And in this game, AJ, as Blacklist International Ultimate is just raining fire on this team of Changeworld. Even with one guy remaining, they are still taking those points.
Yeah, but I really respect the players of Changeworld. They are trying their best to play the map against Blacklist International Ultimate. And the main reason why they've been able to find this break now is because they very smartly took over that spawn back at Fountain. But Blacklist International Ultimate trying to rip that away from them. And yes, those scrap points are going to be eaten up by the team from China, sorry, not China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau. But the opportunity to beat Blacklist International Ultimate, how are they going to change the tide? How are they going to turn things around? They need to win out more of their gunfights. And I don't think that's the kind of adjustment you will be able to make within this one game in itself. And if you want to talk about strategy, so far, I'm loving the way CW is trying to control the map overall.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for M4 to pop off right now. He is one of the slayer of this team, and he might be the one who might be able to change that if in case he will get those slays. But so far, they are being taken down. But this time, they were able to take this hill and take back a few points, stop Blacklist International Ultimate on that 106 points and not letting them come in. But the break has been done with 30 seconds remaining. They need to make that rotation as well as to flip the spawn. And as we cycle back later on towards Statue, this will be a different story, because all score streaks and operators will be available at this point.
126 to 56. There's quite a huge gap between Filipinos and CW. And as they try to barge their way in, the next hard point quite far away. Scraps being picked up by Blacklist International Ultimate. CW trying to control the very first hard point at the very get-go. They anchor their spots in. They are trying to get the favorable spawns out of here. But Blacklist International Ultimate, even before the activation of the hard point, flush the players of CW out, forces them to spawn at the back, at Garage, and they focus their firepower towards that segment of the map. Fantastic play by Blacklist International Ultimate.
It's a good hold on Broken as well, as they prevent them from coming in and forces them from Garage, wherein it's a small opening from Statue will give them a few more of the slays. 158, 156, 100-point lead right now, still moving towards Blacklist International Ultimate, and half a minute is still available from that hill. Now they need to maintain this to make it a little bit quicker. Changeworld really needs to take the spawns as well as they head on with 16 seconds remaining for the next hill. But with that, I think it will be very difficult for them to catch up against Blacklist International Ultimate, because Blacklist knows how to break that as well as to flip the spawn.
Players of Blacklist International Ultimate approaching the 200-point mark already. I'm very happy for CW for breaking away from the 50-point mark. No 50-point club for you, even against Blacklist International Ultimate. In fact, I believe Blacklist were inducted to the club as well very recently, and I don't think they ever want to see that sort of a performance from themselves anymore. And they want to just crush the players of CW and move on to SND. Quite the pick here, but a backstab from CW. They managed to send a player to secure the spawns at that Special Forces base, but he makes one mistake, goes in for the engagement instead of holding on to the spawns. Arthur, on the other hand, focuses on getting that exactly done. And yes, he's got the spawns, and the players of CW managed to break the hill. I love this kind of quality out of CW. They're showing some signs of life.
Yeah, I mean, and this is an adjustment that they need to do, understanding the spawns as well as the map to go to their favor. It's just winning those engagement that they have to do. Though that one guy, if I'm not mistaken, that was Arthur who made it, or probably Kai who made it from Special Forces base. He weren't able to maintain that position, giving the rotation to Blacklist International Ultimate. Though they have early rotation right now to next hill on Junkyard, they need to make a haul right here, because once Fountain has been let go, it will be going towards snowballing for Blacklist International Ultimate once again.
230 to 73. It looks like Blacklist International Ultimate will try to circle around, but CW is soaking up a lot of these points now. As Fu manages to hold on to the spawns with the Annihilator, Blacklist is not going to be able to break this, and therefore they take a straightforward approach. Fantastic! As they pop the Gravity Vortex back and forth. Arthur popping off as well, but the full-on investments for CW to gain a little bit of their reputation in this matchup against Blacklist International Ultimate. But Blacklist breaks the hill. 20 seconds to go. This might be enough to finish the game off. Arthur, can he challenge? That backstab comes through from Fu as well. One player just needs to challenge, contest this hill for just a little bit. CW does better than that. They break it, and therefore the match will not end here. Although Blacklist International Ultimate does have the favorable spawns though at Fountain, and as we rotate in towards the next hard point, they have the advantage.
Advantage they will take, because it only needs 6 points right now to take this win, and it is now going into Blacklist International Ultimate. For this, it's good enough the Changeworld was able to catch up and cross over that 100 mark, but not so.
Did face a lot of challenge out there, but Arthur did a lot, man. I mean, not only was he slaying, he was the anchor for the side of Changeworld that changed the pace of the game for the Taiwanese.